Hello, hello. Welcome back to Global Farmer. So we've got the update. So it's now version 8.08.13. Sorry, 8.14. Sorry, it was 13 that broke it. So you can see I had that test game. I'm going to delete the test game that I had because we don't need it. And we're going to go back to here, which is where we'd just planted. This was where we were at the end of the stream before I started the last stream, and I kind of then changed games because we couldn't do what we needed to do. So let's see how we get on. So this is also going to be the last last morning stream for a while. I've got a big project that I've got to get working on. So there we go. We've got growing onions. Yay! It's fixed. So the issue, as the folks reported in the Discord, was they put in a fix for a different bug where fields became unusable and you couldn't take any action on them, and they reset the fields. Unfortunately, it reset all the fields, so it wasn't as helpful as it might have been. But there we go. Okay, so here we go. What are we doing? We are partway through our growing season for practically everything. So let's keep going. Let's just keep an eye on things that... Oh, we're doing our little... That's getting some weed damage, so we need some pesticides on there. We need some on there in a second. So, just going to check the chat is functional. Pressing the button. There we go. Excellent. That's just the chat in my OBS, so I can see if anyone pops anything in. Such glorious fun. So what else do we need to check on all these fields? We have another onion field. We do have another onion field. It's over here. It's been a little while. Okay, so this one, not getting any negative effects. That one, just the standard negative effects. That one, nothing. That one, nothing. Nothing. Excellent. Okay, so we're doing pretty well. So I really want to see the money we make off of Blooming Big Meadow. It was Blooming Meadow. We added the big. Because it is. It's huge. 23.26 hectares. Quite sure why we're getting the animations of this being seeded, but okay. Halfway through the growing season, so but there we go. It's fun and games. So yes, a happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you are well. Okay. Yeah, it's the Animals. Excellent. So, despite the fact that it was, I mean, we kind of didn't really get into it last week with this. Well, we did. We did Monday. We didn't do Tuesday. Well, ish. But we've got what we've got. So we are doing the doings of doing this. Do. Oh, we're down to need some potassium there. So we're in the red. We're in the red. We're in the red. We're not quite dead. We're just in the red. There we go. Do-do-do-do. We're keeping an eye. Oh, forgot about our field down here as well. I've been keeping an eye on that. We need to buy some other big fields down here. I mean, that one, for example, might be good. 500,000, 6.2 hectares. Not terrible, is it? Really? That one needs some potassium. Nitrogen's not yet causing that any problems, neither are the weeds. Just keep an eye. All of it. How long before harvest season starts? Not too long, another just under 2 months. Well, just under a month actually. It's end of July, we'll start to harvest our onions. That'll be the first double tractor harvest that we've done. This is the first field we've used 2 tractors on for each of the stages.
All hands brace for impact.
So, dog, I think, just mooching around, you know, the usual. He does his thing. In fairness, he is pretty. Keep on keeping on. Six of 90, so we will probably need to put some potassium there. Let's just do that. Okay. Do-do-do. Field's so big it's taken 2 days to fertilise. I guess that'll be another addition at some point, probably to enable you to have more than one vehicle do the resource, the in-growing season stuffs. So, yeah, so there we go. So far, we're back in action as we expected to be, and this is why I wouldn't necessarily determine what I did last Global Farmer livestream as a rage quit. It was more of an acknowledgement of, we're in early access, there's a bug that means that my save game or my fields are not working. Rather than plough forward and lose every crop that we planted, we had lost every field. So rather than do that, it was just best to leave the save game, not save it, and leave it where it was. Go and do something else, and then come back when the team had time to investigate the issue, figure out what it was, and fix it. And now we can just carry on as we would have done in the previous stream, but without the negative impact. So, yeah. So I was quite pleased at how quickly they did that, because I think I reported it the same day, and then the following day I popped on the Discord and just said, "Hey, I've tested this in another save game," because that's why I had the test one. Tested in another save game, so it's not just my save game version; it is everything on even on a new save. And at which point, I think it was one of the devs wrote back and said, "Yeah, we know exactly what it is. It's the thing that we put in place to fix this other thing, but it's firing on everything, and we didn't expect it to do that." So it was fixed really quickly. So, which is why, like I said, I don't get upset over those things. When things go wrong in an early access game, you got to roll with the punches a little bit. The dev team are focused on fixing things that aren't working, and they can't. Even with the best testing in the world, you're not just going to find everything. And I'm not saying that really just to, I'm not saying that to say that, but it's the truth. You could spend so much time testing it, and if you test it to the point that it's relatively functional and you've got most of the stuff, yeah, if you find some stuff out on release, and this is what I mean, we're less tolerant of it with games because we then pay money for them. But it's the same in work. When you're working for a company and they develop this new IT system and it's fantastic and it's wonderful and it's super smashing great, and it goes live and there's still bugs with it because you use it in ways that perhaps the people that wrote it or the people that tested it didn't anticipate. And so that happens. And then they go, oh my goodness, we didn't think about that when we programmed the logic of this thing. And yeah, so they then adjust for that and figure it out. Just get another weed spray done on our... I know it's only got 5 days left, but I'm not taking weed damage daily for that. And then we're just going to get that done on these ones as well. A little bit of weed killer doesn't hurt anyone, does it? Really? Surely not. Surely not, I say. Just sprinkle it on with your salt and weed killer. Perfect. New flavour of onion crisp, salt, weed killer, and onion. Be fine. Don't worry about it. Send this. Okay. We've got those fields being weed sprayed. We've got this. Oh, this field needs an irrigation. 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 Down at that much. We'll irrigate that one next. So the apple trees need irrigation. Okay, so we... Huh? Necessary equipment isn't available. So did it stop doing irrigation? Even though we told it to do the irrigation? Oh, excuse me 1 second, there's a noise. Sorry about that. For some reason, my HomePod in the lounge had decided that it heard something from me that it had interpreted in a way that meant that it wanted to start playing music at a fairly reasonable volume. So, there we go. Anyway, that's dealt with. Oh, we've got a harvest of onions in. We have a harvest of onions in. 45,000 squidoodles, thank you very much. Let's also sell our milk. Make sure we have enough storage space. Yes. So of course we're looking for our big field to be the one that was going to be fun and games. We've got our cornfields alternating across here. For those that are not familiar with what we're doing, or what we have been doing, I should say. It's going to be the last of the irrigation. Yep, so let's keep an eye on the cornfield. That needs irrigation as well. It also needs weeds. Okay. Zucchinis need irrigation. Okay. So it should get past some of that. So we are going to plant ryegrass on here to recover. Yep, that's all good. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, that's good. I'll leave that. It says it's showing irrigation, but we don't really need that because we're only 7 days away from harvest, really. This one's harvested, so we've got our other big field of onions. 73,000 squidoodles. Happy with that. Thank you. We will also plant that with ryegrass. Just going to give it a couple of days. And confirm a Rooney. Do do doodly doodly. Do do doodly doo. Is there anything else that's going on? There's no other harvest before the onions come in. Then it's the corn immediately after that. Oh, we need some nitrogen on there, please. That will be causing it some pain, I'm sure. Okay. So that was at 0.7% crop damage per day. So when that finishes, we'll see what that should come back to 0.6. I hope. Right, okay. Maybe it'll take it a day. We'll see. We'll see. Either way. Zucchini are looking okay. You might need some weed killer on those in a little bit. We're 3 days away. Right, let's put the weed killer on now, because we're only 3 days away from the onion harvest. Do do doodly doodly. Do do doodly doo. See how our apple fields are doing before we go into that. They seem to be doing okie dokie. Happy with that. So all focus on the big blooming meadow full of onions. So we go into harvest. Yep. I sold everything else. Yes, I did. So we should have plenty of storage space. Expecting 70 tons. So I will actually just sell the milk. Just in case. We should, that should be fine. There we go. Go down to, so we can see 2 tractors on the field doing the harvest. It's just like having the multiple workers, but it's nice when it's two. And that just shows the amount of equipment we've now got, and we're expanding. Got bigger fields. It's going well. Do, 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 do. There we go. We have 70 tons of onions. Let's have a look at the contracts. Did we have any contracts that call for onions? No, we didn't. Dang it. That would have been perfect. Oh well. Let's see what 70 tons of onions gets us. 340,000 squidoodles. That's worth it. So that one, I think we'll be planting ryegrass, but I think we'll be selling the ryegrass because there's going to be a lot that comes off of there. So let's plant it. And yeah, I think that's fine. I'm okay with it taking a little while for the ryegrass. We don't need to put multiple machines on it for that purpose, I don't think. So it's going to take it, I think, 3 days for the seedbed preparation, 2 days for seeding, and it'll only take it a day to harvest, which is interesting. Well, there's a little bit of field there. Interesting how it's kind of done that, but there we go. And let's check on the apple fields. They still seem to be happy. The cornfield is as good as it gets, really. Excellent. Okay. And in terms of animals, they seem to be fine. They've got food. So yes. Excellent. Okay, so we're almost done with the seedbed preparation for the ryegrass. Okay. And seeding commences. With just slightly broader strokes, so I'm going to take a day less. Nice. We're 10 days away from the corn harvest. And we're still about 15 days away from that apple harvest. What about this one up here? That one's a bit further away. That one's yeah, so got 30 days before the zucchini. So we're doing okay. It's going all right. It's not terrible. So yeah, so in terms of obviously not doing morning streams, I don't know where I'm going to integrate Global Farmer and Mr. Prepper into the schedule. Obviously I'm doing 4 evenings a week at the moment, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, with the occasional weekend stream. So it might be that with 4 games that we'd only do 1 stream of each game per week. But we'll see. See how we go. So if you've got comments on that, just go into the Discord and pop them in one of the channels, probably 10 forward. Know what you think. Need the daytime for things. So might need the nighttime for things as well, so who knows? It's lots to do. Lots to do. Bop, bop, boppity bop. Okay, so the ryegrass is now growing nicely. So that just replenishes our fields beautifully. We spend less on the fertilizers and stuff by doing that. There we go. Do, do, do. Doodly doo. Apples. Oh, it's not the apples. The next is it's the corn. 1 day to corn. Go. Settle in and watch. They also seem to have stopped there were weeds spawning even when you'd done the weed killer, so they seem to have stopped that happening. That was one of the fixes as well. So, and if you're playing the game in interest, obviously do go on their Discord and look at the patch notes and things. They're being quite open and doing things, and they're listening to the feedback, which is one of the key things. Okay, there we go. We have got more corn now. That tops us back up. We've been topping ourselves up to around about 8-ish each time. 8 to 10. And that's been sustaining the cows. So I'm A-okay with that. So what's our harvest going to look like up here? So it's only going to be 16 tons of ryegrass, because of course it's I'm assuming it weighs, well, it does weigh less obviously than the onions would have. 70 tons of onions off of that field. That is absolutely freaking amazing. We'll see what that does with like apples or something as well. Though I think we said about not doing that because it's going to be a lot of manual harvest. And the same with zucchini. So who knows? It might be a cornfield next. Something else. We shall see. Oh, carrots! We said we were going to try because carrots. But we'll see how the carrots go because they may not like that field very much. So we're now waiting for apple harvests to start. This one, obviously, visually it looks wrong, so I'm pretty sure I'm hoping that we'll see the harvest happening shortly. Even though we can't actually see the trees. But not that that's a particular problem. But again, if we've got a bug on one field, it's better than a bug on all fields. So that I can live with. There we go. The harvest has started. Thank you very much, Big Trucker, for the Wilson video. You enjoyed seeing that. We are still harvesting apples. Oh, going for some as well. Thank you, Big Trucker, again for the summer tribute. Bless our heart. Poor little girlie. So the apple harvest did finish there. Oh, we're going for the trifecta now.
Where's the response? Come on. Yeah, Jake.
Wait for it.
Come on, Captain. I love it. Fuck it, going up in the hills.
Thank you, Big Trucker, for the Fad Dad tribute as well. Don't worry, Fad, points are getting low. You won't be able to hit you with the vids feels too many more times. Well, that's not a worry, Big PT. I don't worry about that. I mean, I have the vids on there to remember so that we can kind of not let them go. Well, not let them go, but not let them be forgotten is what I'm trying to say. But there we go. So the apples did get harvested. And we will go and have a little look. We got 3.2 tons, so that's 56,000 watsits. And there's a hydrate. Thank you very much, Big Trucker. Thank you. Ah, dear. A lot easier with the camera. Don't have to make all that slurpy noises. Okay, so now we are progressing forward. Let's plant the ryegrass on here, and we're going to do a cultivation as well. There we go. So that's good. So we've got zucchini still growing. We've still got 2 apple fields still to go. And then we are done for 2042. Who would have thought it? 2042. Oh, and we haven't done ryegrass on here as well. Let's Let's put some ryegrass on there. We'll just give that a few days. You were wondering who this rando was on your screen. Well, yeah, I know. It's just a random AI generated image. That's all it is. Just honest. Shush. So, there we go. But now I brought the webcam back online for the time being, at least. Got some, but as I said earlier on, this is the last morning stream for a while. I need to spend my time on some other things and get some projects going. Well, I've got a big project that I've got to get going. But I didn't want to just not show up, as it were. So, there we go. BT, I know. When I can work it in, I will try to work it in. But yeah, I've got some. Again, as everyone knows, I haven't had a job for a while, so I've got some emergency measures that have got to be taken. So, and it has come that time for me to start taking some more drastic actions, lest we get more problems out of it. So ryegrass. We've got zucchini. We've still got. Oh, did we get the
All
apple
hands
harvest?
brace for impact.
Did we get an apple harvest? Not yet. Oh, they're still harvesting down here. Okay. So they're now harvesting on both fields. That should mean that we've just got the zucchini left after that. So yeah. Sell the milk. I dread to think, like I said, what we'd get off of apples in that field. And I also wonder how many people it would take to harvest it. So maybe we will try apples. Who knows? BT's throwing all the emotes in there. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, all good fun. Okay, so... now harvesting the zucchini as well. I think we're still harvesting down here. So we're harvesting all three fields at the same time. It's brilliant. I mean, that just goes to show how... And we're still seeding the ryegrass on the cornfield. So just goes to show how much we kind of have come along. We've got 8 workers now. Got a lot of equipment in the yard. Got 150,000 tons of storage for a lot of the crops that we do. So, yes, it's all good fun. Say it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Zucchini looks like it's going to be. No, that one's going to finish first by the looks of it. Okay. Oh no, the other one finished first. Okay. Let's go to the warehouse. So that field gave us 65,000. Thank you very much. We can plant that with ryegrass. When we're ready, we'll let these harvests finish. 1 second, please. Wilson, paper. Someone's delivering to the neighbours, so of course it's the dog's problem. It's my business, I must tell them off. Okay, fair enough. 91,000 for apples. Yep, blessed be the Wilson, BT. Blessed be the Wilson. He's now taken up his non-barking position. in protest of being told off. Well, not told off, told to get out of the bench. It's him. Little turd. So we've almost got the zucchini in, so we'll start to get these planted. With ryegrass, we'll give them cultivate. I'm just going to give them a few days in between each one. Do. What looks like the zucchini's in. Zucchini. So we've got 100,000 squidoodles from the zucchini. Thank you very much. Don't mind if we do. That one will also take a cultivate. So that's now seedbed prep. Wait for the seeding phase to start and then we'll start on the next field. Morning, Quizzy. How are you? Hope you're well. Just for information, it's going to be, I've explained it, I'm trying to explain it to people as I see them. It's going to be the last morning stream for a little while, I'm afraid, because I've got some things that I must get done. So this is kind of the goodbye to morning streaming for the time being. It's not, hopefully it's not forever, but certainly at the moment it's not going to be possible for me to maintain. So I have to do that. So just finishing up our 2042 harvest. So if you saw, obviously, when we had the stream that I cut over to Farm Sim 2011, and we got the issues where the fields were basically all despawned as though they weren't planted, they fixed that. And so we basically went back to the save game that we loaded with the last time I tried to stream, and just carried on basically, and we've made a nice lot of money out of it. So there we go. So that's now doing that. So that's seedbed preparation. That one's already done. This one needs doing. So take cultivate. Oh, and we're starting to harvest the ryegrass now as well. Excellent, that's good. Happy with that. So yeah, so we're back in the business of ryegrass now. We'll obviously be planning our crops for 2043 shortly. So we'll be speeding through the rest of the season. Be paying attention to our ryegrass stocks because there's going to be a lot of them. So we'll sell anything, I think anything much above 20k. I want to see, obviously we're going to get apparently 12 tons off of that. Okay. So it's leaving our fields in a nice state ready for us to begin the new year, which is ultimately what we're trying to achieve with this. Many mules are not yet consuming stuff, so we've got 30 tons of ryegrass. We'll see how many we've got at the end of the year, so we'll do that probably with when we sell the what's it? We're going to sell the milk. So we've got the money coming in. So we're back up to 1.9 million. We obviously spent a lot on that field. Spent 2 million on that field. And we're almost in December. Just the zucchini field to go. Kind of counting down to the end of the year. So, there we go. Day 17. Here we go. It's nearly time. Happy Christmas 2042, everybody. There we go. Right, so it's now the 30th of December. It's time. We're going to sell our wool, which is 525,000. Thank you very much. Remaining milk. And we're going to sell half of the ryegrass. So let's do... How do we do that? Oh, that's how we do it. Okay, fine. So we want to sell... So that's 32,000's worth. That's fine. That still leaves us with plenty of food for the animals, for the sheep. Perfect. So that leaves us with 2.5 million euros going into 2043. Let's go and get into 2043 then. Okay. Just do the quick look at our annual finances. So 2042 was a good year. We'd obviously bought that field, 2 million, so we were down just over 1 million. So we've made back the money that we were down from last year. So we're back into the same place that we really were beforehand. Ready to go forward again, which is nice. Let's look at the contracts that are available. There's asparagus. There's zucchini and tomatoes. And there's carrots. I wonder if we get 18 tons of carrots. We got 20. We got. Was it? How many tons did we get off of this? Let's look at carrots for this, because carrots is another crop that we can grow and harvest with machines. So if we grow it in the right place, can we get about a 75% yield? How much would we actually get? It expects 48 tons. And it needs a refrigerated warehouse, so we would need to get that. Let's see if we can get a better than 75% match. I don't think we can. But 75% isn't awful. It's not awful. So we're gonna go middle of May. I think we will add cultivation to get rid of those weeds, which is fine. Okay, so we are going with carrots there, because that will allow us to take that contract. So there we go. Perfect. Be nice just to get some contract work done as well. So it was onions last time. I now need to find my little bit of paper somewhere. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Okay, it's just looking. So zucchini field goes to onions. Goes to onions. Where is it? It's onions. Okay, perfect. they go? Not too early. Beginning of May. Beginning of May, and we'll get the weeds gone with a cultivate. We get a better yield than 90%? No. Although I think 90% is because of the weed damage, so that's not a problem. Okay. Confirm. Excellent. So, next up, we have our apple fields, which all will go to zucchini, which of course is a later crop. Plant zucchini about there. Let's have 3 workers. Let's have 2 workers harvesting that one. We want to have it cultivated. Perfect. That will do. This one. So zucchini. So yeah, so busy's good today. Excellent. Put that over. Just a few days, kind of thing. 3 on that one because it's a bigger. We'll have 4 on that one because it's a bigger field. And we will so cultivate. Firm. Excellent. So that's those 2. Oh, this is our cornfield this year. Where's the corn? There's the corn. That's always pretty much the 31st of May with a cultivate. There we go, 30th of May. And that's the best. The best we can do. So yeah, okay, so that's all good. Perfect. And this one, well, we did onions on that one last time, so we might as well do onions as well, I guess. Onions, baby. Onions. Not baby onions, but baby, comma, onions. Okay, so that'll do us for onions on that field. I think that's about right. Confirmatage. Okay, so now we've got the zucchini to go on here. Zucchini, zucchini. Then that field has the onions, and we'll have the apples instead this time. Okay, so zucchini, 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 zucchini. Okay, cultivatage. Excellent, that's good. So that's fields planned. This field is not planned because it's apples. 99%. Can we cultivate? Yes, we can. Nice. Confirm. Go for it. So I think that's all fields confirmed. Yeah, I think that's it then. Now good to start rolling for the year. 2043 shall commence. I'm not going to buy any extra animals. I know I said about it possibly being a thing, but I think we're going to just take one more year just to get through. So we're going to skip through. Going to get through to the planting season. Right, it's planting season. Was the apples really the apples the first to go in? Oh wow! Yeah, apples followed very quickly by the onions. Sounds like a race, doesn't it? And it's the apples followed very quickly by the onions coming around the hairpin. And hot on their tail, but not close enough to pose a serious challenge. It's the corn and the carrots. And trailing way back in the distance, it's the zucchini. Okay. So, I'm going to try something. Actually, no, I'm not. I was going to try something, but I'm not. There we go. Oh, what was that? That was a sound alert. Big Trucker, we're giving a squee. Thank you, Big Trucker. For the squee. It's all the lovely fun of stuffness. Okay, so there we go. Apples going in. Apples going in. Got all the seeding to do. Seeding onions, starting. It really does. I know I got this. I got given this game and I didn't have to buy it, which is good and is bad because I mean I was looking forward to it anyway. But I was really grateful to have it given. But I really enjoy playing it. I just don't want that to be watered down by the fact that I got it for free. But there we go. Did you make that apple butter and apple beer? Well, well, we didn't get to that. We just had to sell the apples. But now Hitman's obviously in real life doing a lot with apples. Said I think they did apple pies previously. They've done apple. I don't know if they did apple puree or not, but they've done doing apple juice and cider as well. So lots and lots of apple stuff going on for Hitman. That's homesteading for you. Got to do the things and the stuff, and the things. Yeah, we've got the cultivate on that. It's perfect. Just double check. So, seeding onions in 2 days. So there we go. 1 day. Dear. So, seed those onions, please. There we go. Perfect. Cultivatorizing. Going seedbed. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Seeding. I love the onions. So we've got onions in. Zucchini's quite a way away. Oh, we've got the onions up here as well. Got the carrots going in shortly. Still seeding the apples. Oh dear. I kind of want to grow some things here, but don't have time to take care of it, and there are too many deer to do it in the open. Yes, BT, that would be certainly be a challenge. Certainly be a challenge. Yeah. I wanted to do more here with the kind of vegetable plot that was built for me by my dad, but never came to fruition for various reasons, mostly the time and attention to doing it. Okay, so we don't have enough storage space. That's what we thought. Okay, so we do need to get that. Let's have a look. We've got refrigerated warehouse. We've got 2 6-tons. We need a medium-sized one of those at least. Because if we look at this, we're going to expect to get a yield of, what was it? I forget what it was. It was a big enough yield that we need to have. I think the medium size, refrigerated warehouse, medium, holds 30 tons. Okay, what does the big one hold? Yeah, 1,000. Let's do that. You'll note I'm not putting the road on there. They actually did confirm. At the moment, you just have to put it on the plot. They haven't actually implemented the stuff connected to roads yet. So I'm just going to take advantage of that. Just a smidge. Instead of getting some giant sequoia saplings. Oh. Well, that would be something. So seedbed preparation. You know we're not going to get the best yield off of this. But we shall see just how well it does go. Hopefully we'll have enough, based on the projections, we should hopefully have enough just to fill that contract. And we should, I think it's like 75% or some such, but we'll see. But we're up to 82% there, so we'll see. See how that works. Would the giant sequoia just be for aesthetic purposes, BT? So, there we go. Carrots going in. Oh, and the apples are now finished seeding as well. Yes, that's good. Onions growing. Corn going in shortly. Then we'll have a little gap, and then we'll be planting zucchini. That's the good thing with these crops. I mean, through trial and error, we've kind of found that these crops are the best ones to suit the soil here in our little farm. Not the carrots, obviously, because they don't suit very well in the corn, but we're growing them for contract / animals. But the zucchini, the onions, and the apples they all work nicely in this soil. And by doing that, let's go. Oh, it's 65,000. 65 tons, it reckons. I'm gonna keep an eye on that, because I think if we get down to half of that, then I've got enough storage space. Let's get rid of the milk. And make sure that that's not factoring into our equations, which I don't think it will do, because that comes out the ventilated warehouse, not the refrigerated warehouse. I mean, who doesn't want a couple of 100-meter tall tree with a trunk big enough you could carve a garage out of? Well, yes. They take a while to get that big, BT. So, but yes. Mind you, when I first got this house, I kind of got in and started to get into the garden and found that there was actually one of the trees out the back garden was actually just dead. But I gave it a full year and it just didn't leaf at all. It's like, okay, it's dead. It's not coming back. So we kind of dealt with that. And actually, one of the bush / mini trees that I had in the front garden decided to kind of go over a week or two ago now. So, yes, and there are a couple that are growing in the state already. Ah, okay. Nice. Yeah, why not? That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I mean, that's the beauty of having your property to do things with. Although I in some ways I really wish that we could get beyond kind of thinking of kind of property ownership and rather than and kind of more define it as property
All hands
custodian.
brace for impact.
Because I mean, ownership implies it's ours forever, and it really isn't. It really, really isn't. We're looking after it until such time as we pass it on to the next person, be that family, be that somebody else. But we're really looking after it because, yeah, if you're doing it right, then the houses that are built are going to last for a good long time, and it's not just going to be for you. But there we go. So we've got the corn planted. Some park is now trying to plant small sequoia forest in Detroit. Ah, okay. That would be interesting. So we're growing onions. Oh, we're getting up to 10%. When they get to 15, they get uppity. We know they get uppity when they get to 15%, so we'll get those both sprayed. There we go. Okay. And haven't yet. I don't think we've yet got the zucchini in. No. Still waiting for the zucchini to seed. But that's fine. So many mules are all out and about, which is what we want. So we used about 7 tons of ryegrass over the winter, just under 7 tons for the sheep. So they're keeping pace nicely. So keep an eye on that. We're still plenty of days away. I'm going to keep an eye on that, and if we need to buy another warehouse, we will, but I'm not going to, based on an estimated yield that we know is going to drop. We know that yield's going to come down, so I'm not even going to entertain that at this stage. 7 days till zucchini planting. Excellent. Let's just get a bit further forward, get the zucchini in the ground. Seven tons of royal fads. Well, maybe. You never know. You never know. It is all wonderful. apparently. So we've got 7 tons of milk at the minute, so if you consider the milk royal and bad, then that's fine. Okay. So zucchini going in, zucchini going in. So that's now working nicely. Sure, next field's this one. 2 days. Comes thick and fast now, and then pretty sure. Yeah. Once the zucchini is planted, that's it. The planting season. Yay! Messages. "79 days left on that." We got left. Well, we know. Yeah. Yeah, we've got. Yeah, we're in plenty of time for harvesting the carrots. I was fairly sure we would be, but something quite hypnotic for that going backwards and forwards, isn't there? Really. I am getting very, very sleepy. I will do nothing but harvest zucchini. Excellent. So that is, aside from this one, the last field. 7 days. Let's just have that. That's going to need weed spray, onions. It's also going to need a weed spray for onions. It'll probably need potassium as well shortly. You don't wonder why the workers don't take more efficient paths to work the fields. Well, I think it's the paths backwards, but they just take whatever path they calculate as available. So I don't know. And I think the direction of work on the field is randomized from what I've been able to see, because it's not consistent on any particular field that we have. But yeah. Looking at this one, weren't we? We needed to weed spray. Weed spray. Doing on carrots. Carrots are doing okay. It's doing okay. It's going to need potassium soon, but we already knew that. So we're still at 47 tons, but we come down. I mean, that was at 60,000 tons originally, so it's already come down. We're kind of halfway through, not quite halfway through the growing season. Thank you for the follow, Loalmu. Welcome to the craziness. It's a little strange in here, but everyone's welcome. So.
Squee!
Thank you very much for Squee. Who was that? That was another big trucker squee. A squee of welcome, I would imagine. Okay, let's get some potassium on there. So keeping an eye on our what's it field. What capacity do we have in? We've got 6, so we've got 12. We've got 42 tons worth of capacity. And we currently wouldn't have anything in there. Based on what I can tell. Everything else is in the ventilated warehouse, I believe. So, for the follow the fad. Well, yes, that's what I figured, BT. So, or either that, it's either squee of welcome or you're squeeing just to make sure that I've seen the follow. Make sure I'm still awake. Oh dear. You have too much fun doing this stuff, you realise. It's someone's bound to catch on and stop it. Okay. Okay, so that's going to need potassium shortly. Still, we are halfway through. We're about to get to the stage where the amount of yield should be appropriate to the amount of storage space. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna sell the milk again. Keep that down. That causes us all sorts of problems. So although it's again, if anyone's playing the game, although it's not listed in the ventilated warehouse, your milk also gets stored. So if you do cows, they do produce a large volume of milk throughout the year, and I'm selling it. I'm trying to sell stuff once a year from the animals to make the profits known, but it doesn't work for the cows. For the sheep, you can see it's not creating tens of tons, whereas the milk does create tens of tons or tens of litres, and it then treats it as a ton for storage space. That's probably the vented warehouse. Yes, I know, BT. I know. I have said this in a previous live stream that it kind of didn't necessarily make sense, but that's where it's currently going based on the game logic. I'm sure it will change because we're still in early access. So there we are. So we're now below 42 tons. So I'm fairly sure that we shouldn't have to worry about storage space. Sheepy milk. Well, no, we don't. We aren't milking the sheep, actually. It'd be something nice to add to it, but the sheep only produce wool at the moment. So, yes. So, yeah. Okay, so we keep an eye out on that. That's at 6%. Let's find how our onions doing. They need some potassium on there. Zucchini growing well. Do. Corn, we'll give that. Actually, corn I don't think gets the weed damage just yet, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Wool and lamb chops. Well, actually, that's a good point, BT, because they did when they had the live stream. They had one of the team on with the Aerosoft folks, and they said they have intentionally only put in animals where you can only harvest the product from the animals. You can't sell them for slaughter, and so that's something that the team are unlikely to implement because that's not what they want to do with it. So that's why there's no pigs in the game, because pigs would just be sold for slaughter. So but yeah, so it's nice to see that they've got those considerations and thoughts going on for what they want to do with the game. I'm going to keep an eye on that because I'm still thinking that we've got enough storage space, and we should have. Bacon, yes, but you can't harvest bacon from pigs without them being very, very asleep, shall we say. Temperature and, as you can see, temperature and just insufficient for corn. But we have to grow it because we cannot buy it, but we have to grow it for the cows. And given that the cows produce, I think it's a few 100,000 euros worth of milk in the year. Now the emotes are filled in there, BT, as well. They didn't fill in on my OBS screen for a while. So it's still showing mismatch on available storage space. Give that as long as I can. Really want to spend more money if I don't have to. Zucchini's doing fine, the onions are doing fine. So keep an eye on that. Let's check on the other zucchini fields. Yeah, they're doing fine. Excellent. So we should be able to get through most of the harvest season. 43 days left on our carrot contract. And for anyone that's been following along with some of the other streams, obviously I got ETS2 gifted end of last week from Wolfman, which was very good. Very thankful to him for that. And I have now... I made a mistake. So the first truck that I bought, I took a loan out. First truck that I bought, instead of buying a right-hand drive for the UK, or is it left-hand drive? Okay. No, it's right-hand drive. I bought a left-hand drive for continental Europe. And yeah, so I've finally got the truck out to Luxembourg, which is where I intend to set up my base, but I can't afford the garage out there yet. ETS2 only now, yes. So I hadn't enjoyed the demo of ETS2 before BT, so I said no, I didn't want it. I wasn't particularly bothered with the game because I can't... Yeah. But that was me trying to play it with the keyboard. When I got my controller out, my trusty controller, which I don't really use, I only really got that to play Farm Sim in the bedroom on the TV and never really used it for that. So I thought, I'll try that. I also tried my steering wheel. And so I got on best with the controller because, of course, the steering wheel's bulky and takes up so much space here. But yes, I got on with the controller, and I actually found that I quite enjoyed playing the game in the demo. So I decided that I enjoyed it, and it was on sale, and I was umming and ahhing whether or not to buy it, but I probably wouldn't. G27, the steering wheel I got was the Logitech heavy equipment bundle, so it's got the side panel as well. So if that, I'm not sure that's the same as a G27, but yes. So I got that for Farm Sim, and then promptly used it for a few times, and then didn't because it's just a lot of space taken up. But there we go. So. But I don't know how else to describe it. It's the Logitech heavy equipment bundle, also called with Cytec as well. So we're now harvesting. My goodness, we're already harvesting. Onions are coming in. Oh, there's weed damage, but the onions are coming in, so that's fine. Let's check the other onion field. No weed damage there at the minute. Excellent. So we have got, what is it? 16 tons onions, 77,000. Thank you very much. Sell that. carrots are now 19 days away from harvest, and still complaining about storage space. Even though we're about to go down below 30 tons, which is the size of the big warehouse, or size of the medium-sized warehouse that we've got. Let me keep an eye on that. But we don't seem to have any effects from that aren't from the soil. So, keeping an eye. Oh, weed damage. We've got, how long? We've got 4 days. We're going to spray that. We're not taking 4 days of weed damage. We want nitrogen in there. And possibly weeds. Let's also do some weed spraying in a minute. Okay, so let's get that field going. Let's check on our zucchini fields. Oh, that needs a irrigation. So yes. Let's just check that did irrigate. Okay, it has. Okay. Last time we did that on that field, it complained that the equipment wasn't available. Which was not true, but there we go. We'll plant ryegrass on here as well, with a cultivate. Excellent. Oh, that's doing that. Those are doing well. That's an irrigate. That needs an irrigate as well. So yeah, so there we go. Boobly, boobly, boobly. So the upshot of the ETS2 news was I finally got my truck to Luxembourg. Because I'm going to set my European base in Luxembourg and my UK base in Southampton. Well, my UK base is already set in Southampton because that's my headquarters. So yeah, so lots of good stuff going on. So maybe we should find somewhere near to Southampton to go farming as well. So we've spent a lot of time in this farm, and I want to try and see if we can conquer the map, as it were, because that's kind of what you're supposed to be looking for. Yeah, how are? Oh, they're down to the bush. Don't have a lot of potassium left. Not much weeds, but we only got 10 days to go, so I'm not going to worry about that unless it starts to cause damage. Still complaining about storage space. So I'm going to go back in and have a look. I'm going to sell the milk. I'm going to sell the wool just in case the wool's in the silo. Interesting. It's going to sell the onions. I mean, the ryegrass should be in the ventilated warehouse anyway, so that shouldn't really be an issue. So just wait and see for that to come back. Can't say too much. You've had it for a very long time and have barely played it yourself. Well, yeah, I think a lot of folks in the US seem to focus on American Truck, which is fine. American Truck Simulator, obviously. And if they've got ETS2, then they kind of it becomes secondary. And I think it might be the reverse for those of us over here potentially. But you go with where you're familiar with, potentially. Okay, so we're not getting the warning about storage space anymore. So that's good. Which is what I was expecting, but the fact that we're now... Crop health is down to 41%. We're 7 days away from harvest. Which hopefully means that we'll still get enough to get the 18 tons. Which would be nice. don't think you ever set up a profile in ATS. Ah, but you bought it at launch. Ah, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, at the moment, I think until for the next kind of almost week, they're both on offer. But at least the base game was on offer at like £4-5. How much that translates to in dollars, I guess that might well be somewhere between $7 and $10. I don't know. Not sure exactly what the exchange rate's doing at the moment. But yeah, so I didn't get. I didn't. I've also got ETS. I haven't got ATS, but again, it would be one of those ones. It'd be interesting, but I'm not. I don't have the money to spend on it, even at like the £5 mark now. But I will probably at some point stream some ETS too, or go on streams with some of the folks. You've got a good chunk of the DLC for both as well. Well, it does become a collection. It's like I've got a whole bunch of the Sims and obviously the DLC for that. 88. So we are going to meet the contract threshold, which is good. That's what I wanted to be sure of. Let's irrigate those apples. Let's leave the zucchini for now. Let's plant some ryegrass on our field there. So we are starting the that's irrigation started. Still a few days away from harvesting the carrots. Yep, carrots coming in. So that should be, what was that? It says 6.5 tons, but it's going to be like 23, 24 tons, I think. So again, when I can get back to having money again, I'll probably buy some of the DLC on offer for ETS2. 1 carroting ton, yes. Okay, so we've got the ryegrass seeded. Okay. So we used all that space for carrots and we got 36% health. So just goes to show carrots really do not like this location. But we'd have completed the contract. So we're going to do that straight away. And we can probably sell the rest of them for 29,000. That's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not the best in the world, but it's certainly not the worst in the world either. And we shall plant ryegrass with a cultivate and be done. There we go. So zucchini. Oh, we got some weed damage down here. Let's get the weeds out. Let's get the weeds done. That's at 15%, so we got to just be careful on that for the zucchini. That's coming up, so we'll spray that one as well next. And we'll also have to spray this one. This one's already taking damage. Wait, equipment's not available. Why are you telling me equipment's not available? Just get it done. Get it done. Stop messing me around. Got plenty of tractors. Why are you saying equipment's not available? Don't mess me around. Do it. You've got so many tractors that you're just joking. Okay, so it did start that time. Excellent. I think there must be something going on with the calculation mechanism to figure out whether or not it can do certain things. Oh, it's now saying it's not available for this. Don't be so stupid. We've got... I thought we didn't have multiple sprayers, did we? But certainly got multiple tractors. Come on. Why are you being so stupid? It seems to be acting that because we're working on this field that nothing else can happen. Which is just annoying. I mean, it's acting like having a tractor on this field means you can't have a tractor on any other field, even though we've got more than one tractor. Maybe
All
it's
hands
just...
brace for impact.
Maybe it's just because of... it needs the bigger tractor, I don't know. Merry streaming, Fad. Body is saying it's time to pass out. Well, you go sleep well, Big Trucker. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure. And hopefully I'll catch you in some of the evening streams coming up, assuming you're able to make it. If not, then probably the next time I'm able to do some morning streams. But you take care of yourself. And again, thank you for playing all the videos. And yeah, sleep well, my friend. So now we're going to put this on. Oh, that's done. Put it on there then. Okay. So we got the corn in. We got the corn in. Yay! And thank you very much for the hydrate, BT. It's almost the last of my juice. In fact, it is the last of my juice. There we go. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So zucchinis are doing well. They've all been sprayed. So we stop the weed damage continuing. Got... yeah. Sell some more milk. Oh, there we go. What are we doing? Is that... oh, ryegrass seeded. Excellent. Apples! We're almost ready to harvest... my goodness, we're almost ready to harvest apples. Have we gotten that far through? My goodness. Yes. It's good going. And it won't be long before the zucchinis are coming in. Yep, another 5 days for the zucchini as well. Jeez. 2043's gone in a blur. So, obviously it'll take a while for the apples to harvest, but... do. So we've got another contract. As we now done 14 contracts. I mean, that's not quite halfway through to the top achievement on that, because that's 30 contracts. We're coming up for... we started in 2025, so we're coming up for 20 years. next achievement for that would be at 50 years. Jeez. So there we go. Doodly doodly. Okay. Right. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are waiting for we're waiting for the apples to finish harvesting. Zucchini will be starting shortly. Fortunately, these are all manual harvests, so requires a number of our workers. So zucchini harvest starting away as well. Doing the harvest dance, doing the harvest dance. Excellent. Apples are coming in nicely. Have we put rye on the things? Yes, we have put rye on the things. It's just that the set of 3 fields is the zucchini this time, so the later crop, which is fine. From where we are, we'll hopefully make it to the end of the year. In fact, I'm gonna make sure that we make it to the end of the year. Let's just speed up time a little bit. But we're going to start harvesting this field as well. So we've got the zucchini from the top field for 52,000. Thank you very kindly. Zucchini from the lower field, which is 74,000. Thank you very kindly. We've got the apples, 73,000. Thank you very kindly. So we're now in 3.2 million, just under. Still haven't got our last zucchini field, but we are going to start planting the ryegrass. On these ones. This one needs cultivate as well. There we go. That'll get those ones done. Not that we actually need the ryegrass, but well, certainly not that quantity of it. But it's a field recovery for us. Do do do. Do do do. We're getting a lack of sunshine on the zucchini. Food. But they're about to be harvested, so it's not going to cause us too much bother. So we don't really want to go quite as far into October, I guess. Just kind of cut very slightly too far. Okay. There we go. Zucchini harvest in progress. The last harvest of, well, the last crop harvest of 2043. Now we're starting to get the non-crops, the ryegrass coming in. Yeah. So, okay. Plant some ryegrass on there. That field has harvested its main crop, and it's harvested the ryegrass before we've even planted ryegrass on our last zucchini. That's an interesting state for it to be in. Excuse me. So we're literally going to be fast forwarding through now. Just going to get the ryegrass harvested in. So covered. Excellent. That's good. Can check that on here anyway. All our crop fields have had ryegrass on them. And we're going to get to the end of the year. See where we're at. Don't bother usually doing the weed spraying on the ryegrass. I let it go. The yield is not important. We are in December. So, oh, that's not quite the last field. Two more fields of ryegrass left to harvest, I think. There we go. That's all our fields done for the year. It's about that time. Say Happy Christmas 2043, everybody. Okay, so now, as usual, stop on the 30th of December. All our fields are empty. Even the cow fields and the sheep fields. So we are going to go to the marketplace. We're going to sell the last of the milk. We're going to sell them. Oh, we only got 192. How come we didn't get as much wool this year? I'm getting... Oh no, I sold it. I sold it, didn't I? That's why. That's why we don't have as much. And the zucchini as well. So yeah, so we're going to sell... I think we'll sell again like we did. Sold 20 tons of ryegrass last year. Sell that again. So we're up to just under €3.5 million, heading into 2044. So just going to speed into 2044. Happy New Year, 2044, everybody. And we shall see what we've got. So yeah, so we made a good profit, just under $1 million profit last year. Probably because we put carrots on that large field and didn't get a good yield out of it because carrots are not well suited to the soil here. But we had to do something. Obviously, we'll have a look at I'm going to have a quick look at contracts. I'm not going to commit to doing any plantings just yet because we're going to probably leave it here for today. But yeah, there's no really good contracts there for us. So yes, I'm going to hit the save. Let's save that one. And I'm going to save that because we've gone up a version again. That one gets saved as a new. That's stream 5. So yeah, take care, Quizzy. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to have a little look just to see if there is anyone live on Twitch for a raid. It does not appear so. So I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Quizzy and Big Truck, although he's gone, for keeping me company in the chat. Thank you for anyone that's been out there just watching and kind of staying in the quiet areas. And thank you also for the follow from who was it? Loalmu. And we had, was that it? Yeah, thank you for the follow. And yeah, so let's go to our outro screen. And I will be back later on today, so about 6 p.m. UK time, with some more shenanigans with Transport Fever. So again, thank you, everybody. Do look after yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day, whatever you're doing. And I'll be back a little bit later on. Just a reminder, this is the last of the morning streams for now. So all the streams will be consistently in UK evening time for a little while, and we'll take it from there. I'm going to figure it out so we can keep playing the same games. And yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.